Welcome to Extraordinary League, an actual play RPG podcast brought to you by Smash Fiction. I'm Dan Mulkerin, your game master. Playing Stitch is Kit Mulkerin.
What can I say except you're welcome for throwing bad guys into the sun?
Playing Mordin Solus is Colin Mulkerin.
Trying to encroach on my song game, I appreciate that.
I had to do a Disney shout out.
No, I appreciate that. Mordin has a special message for Dante this week.
Oh my.
Oh no.
On this quest, please stay dressed. No one needs to see your chest. I don't care how many times you say that your abs are the best. This behavior should be curbed, cause we're all a bit disturbed. Every time you lose your britches, don't believe me, even Stitch is disgusted with how you prance. Do you hope to find romance? Cause there's something I feel needs to be expressed. I am an intellectual and demisexual, and I request this be addressed. And that you please stay dressed.
Amazing.
Oh wow.
All right.
Oh
We may have reached peak musical theater for Mordin Solus.
But don't listen to Mordin.
Playing Dante Sparta is Liz Logan.
I've thought about it long and hard, and I've stroked my beard. And I've decided to wear pants today.
Wow.
Your song worked. Playing Nico Minoru is Miles Schneiderman.
Interesting opening stinger.
Some of us prepared more than others. it
Yes.
seems.
If by prepared you mean just remembered now that I had to have it, then yes.
And by a New Year's miracle, 4 of the 5 of us are recording in the same room for the first time
Amazing.
at
Yay.
beautiful Schneiderman Studios.
We should point that out. That the reason I don't have an interesting thing is because I was busy getting shit ready for you people.
Yes. It's all very
Which you have partaked neither of the alcohol nor of the snack. So
Oh, those will happen after this
Okay.
recording.
I'm just saying.
But yes, listeners, 2017 already better than 2016.
Hey,
And I am
had a
literally
great
sequestered for
2016.
safety.
Oh, great.
Yes. Space Judge is in space. That's why
Yeah.
she couldn't be here.
Yes, alas.
Yeah, greetings.
From space.
I'm doing the Vulcan salute just for
Previously, you finally made it to the Stone of Grace and its current owner, the Mother of Dragons. However, it turns out that that person is not Daenerys Targaryen, although she has been using that identity. Her real name is Flemeth, and like you, she is from another world. She told you that she would grant you the Stone of Grace if you helped her and her wildling followers in their efforts to find and destroy the source of the undead in the area north of the wall. So you've agreed, and your presence has spurred the wildlings to march. So how have the 4 of you been spending the last 8 hours or so before the wildlings march in the morning?
Mordin's probably just been wandering the town, trying to get to know the people here and kind of figure out about them. I think he's kind of taken to being a bit of a scientist explorer, cataloging things about the different worlds that they're visiting a little bit. So,
Okay.
Probably just trying to figure some stuff about them. And as I said earlier, passing on some of the basics of hygiene to these people,
Sure.
hoping to leave them with something yeah.
Are you looking to gather any information in particular? Like, are you looking at them from, a sociological standpoint or, a biological standpoint, looking at their weaponry, their technology? What are you examining?
I mean, probably sociological stuff, maybe a little bit of biological, but also trying to see if they've heard anything about the Phyrexians, kind of drop some tiny little hints now and then,
Yeah.
just to see if they've made an ingress in this world at all yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a reason check, Mordin?
Okay. Yellow.
It seems as though none of them have heard anything about the Phyrexians, although, with the sort of basic and primitive way that they talk about a lot of things, you wouldn't necessarily know that they were, but,
Right.
they're not mentioning anything that kind of cues you into that. But by the end of it, your Omni tool is full of, enough data to, write an entry in a scientific journal on, some of the social behaviors and, the mating practices of these people, because they are really diving into their celebration right before they march off to
Gotcha.
war. Anyone else?
So
Yes.
I know where I am.
Please tell us.
What's going on with the celebrations?
Oh, there's all kinds of celebrations going on. There's tons of food to be had.
Dante's like, I'm gonna invent Lunchables and get laid.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex going on. There's all sorts of contests and storytelling and, just people letting off steam while simultaneously sort of embracing life as hard as they can before they march off to
Oh
war.
my god. This is the first time Stitch has seen sex, probably.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
I did not anticipate this game.
Oh,
going this way.
okay. So
If that's
obviously,
happened in the world, I think that the Song of Ice and Fire world is the right one.
Whatever you had planned for this game is kind of at the window.
Yeah, no joke. All right, Dante, what are you doing?
Stitch and I are holding hands, and I am slowly walking him through the debauchery. And I see, like, I don't know, some chick is eating, like, a piece of bread.
Okay.
And then
I wasn't sure how that
no, she's eating a piece of bread, and in her other hand is
Okay.
like some some sliced turkey. God, guys.
We were all
okay.
leaning in real
I
hard.
wish you could have seen everyone's expression as they were waiting for you to finish your sentence, Liz.
And so I see this hapless lady, and I say, Stitch, watch and learn. And I say, ma'am, this is so inefficient. And I take the piece of bread and I put the piece of turkey on top of the piece of bread. I say, I give her a wink. Thank me later. Over in the bed over there. Yeah.
She slowly takes the open-faced sandwich / Lunchables that you just made. She takes a tentative bite of it, and her eyes slowly go wide as the wonders of the universe are opened to her through her mouth.
And then I go eat other things.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Great.
no.
In front of Stitch.
No.
But out of the view of Mordana, okay? She can't know my infidelity.
Yeah, I have to believe that you're still pure and virginal, is that?
Yeah. Everything's
It's one
hidden
thing
by
to
my
have a fake
beard.
girlfriend. It's another thing to cheat on your fake
Right.
girlfriend.
They have a fake understanding.
Right, alright. It's a fake open relationship.
Exactly.
Gosh. So,
Just like my open-faced sandwich.
So-
Your relationship is as open as the sandwich.
With nothing holding it together.
Except your 2 pairs of hands, damn it.
Oh, that's kind of romantic,
Right?
actually.
Thank you, yeah.
So Stitch is a good learner. Lilo's taught him
Well,
many things.
okay.
So,
You mean Dante.
Okay, this is
so he's gonna see the sandwich lesson and go over to some like farmhand type person and take his goat and stack it on top of the pig and be like, "This is how you do the thing."
I was gonna be like, yep, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Stitch, roll psyche to see how convincing you are.
Okay, was not expecting this. 100%. Oh shit! I got 90.
Hot damn.
Oh, 90 on.
Is that a yellow or a red?
That's a yellow on good though.
Okay. The man looks at these stacked animals. His eyes suddenly go wide as something like hits him. He runs off. And in the morning, when the battle is joined, he will be running into battle with 2 of his fellows stacked atop his shoulders in a truly horrifying formation.
Man, goat, pig.
Even
Yes.
better than human centipede. Congratulations.
You have,
Oh, no.
you have totally reinvigorated the whole wildling battle formation that they've got set up.
Great, I made them taller targets.
Yep, exactly. Taller, more awkward, less effective targets.
And more top heavy.
Yes.
I mean, it depends on who's on top.
That's
But I'm sure either the goat
As
or
always
pig
been.
will make a tasty sandwich.
Goats
Yes.
are very good at
It's a
balancing,
win-win.
It'll be fine.
okay, Nico?
I was hoping to talk to Flemeth a little bit, if that was possible.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I'm very curious as to who she is and where she comes from, and if there's magic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
If we can talk about the magic,
Sure.
and, you know.
Yeah, so...
And if her daughter's around.
Right.
Oh, man.
What?
You wouldn't understand, Miles!
Okay. I don't want to.
she's,
Go.
she's pretty hard.
So she,
She has a pretty daughter.
Not as pretty as me, I'll bet.
No, definitely not.
how much are you sharing about yourself to her? Are you going into it with this attitude of like, I'm a young spellcaster kind of like trying to figure out stuff and I'd like to know what you know? Or are you trying to just gain information from her without really like tipping your hand too much?
Nico, I think, has kind of given up on the whole idea of concealing one's origins or keeping secrets.
Sure.
So, I mean, she's not good at it anyway.
Okay.
We know this
Yeah.
about her.
Where do you think this conversation is taking place? Is it in like one of the tents where like maybe
Wherever
Flemeth is
she was setting up camp, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'll say she was looking over like some maps of the area, trying to like figure out where things are.
yeah.
You and Dante and her have a pretty good idea as to like where to march because you are all feeling this call when you sleep, and when you
Sure.
wake up, you have like a direction in mind. So, and you also,
Dante has a direction in mind.
yeah, absolutely, he does.
And it's only up.
So when you begin this conversation with her, she says, I was curious as to the staff that you carry and that interesting piece of armor you have on your arm, looking at your witch arm.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think both are quite magical.
Yes, they are. As far as the arm goes, I legit don't really know where that came from. It just showed up.
And the staff?
That comes out of my body when I cut myself.
Do you know where it came from?
My parents.
I see. And they were sorcerers as well?
Yes.
Interesting. Is it your wish to increase your powers as a mage?
Yes.
I was trying to be in character, but, I mean, judging by the Joss Whedon 6-story arc, then I think yes,
Absolutely.
the answer is yes.
I do believe you may have come to the right person. I happen to have quite a bit of experience in training young women in the ways of magic, and I would be more than willing, once all of this ugliness is over with, to teach you what I know.
That would be amazing.
Perhaps bring you up further in the path of the mage.
I would love that. Thank you.
Why do Miles' characters always get the mentors?
Have your fucking portal gun!
True.
Because the one time you ran into another scientist in this game, you started getting into a pissing contest. That's why.
Think of it this way, you don't need a mentor, right?
I mean, he only invented time travel. That's not that impressive.
It's not that big a deal.
No, I mean...
By the time the sun rises in the morning, the wildling forces stand ready to move, and they are a very impressive sight. Along with the thousands of warriors, men and women alike, a small portion of whom are mounted, there are also a handful of giants who ride mammoths the size of houses. Many of the tents which have been...
Oh my god! Stitch sees those and just lights up like a child on Christmas.
Yes.
I am gonna throw one of those
And I'm gonna ride one of them.
Which order? We'll find out.
Yeah. So Stitch, you spend the morning, I take it, finding the largest mammoth and just marking it. Yeah. Did you restring your guitar, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Last session.
Okay, great.
That's right, that was made clear.
That's right. All right, great. So many of the tents which were set up as part of the camp have been taken down, but a lot of them have just been left to stand where they were. It's clear that some of the wildlings don't expect that they'll last long enough to need to set up shelter on the other end of the battle, but none of them seem overly upset about it. They seem to have no real fear of death. Their determination is as grim and as hard and as irresistible as
Dante!
Their home. I was going to say the winter of their homeland, but sure. Dante. The marker for grim irresistibleness. Flemeth comes to all of you after consulting with the numerous generals, warlords, and leaders of the wildlings. Geralt is with you as well. He's shuffling through. He's shuffling through a handful of what look like new cards that he's added to his inventory.
Who makes those? Does he paint them?
Let's move on. That is a question for another time, perhaps.
I think he does.
Flemeth approaches all of you and says, the Legion stands ready to move, and their forward scouts have reported the location of the main undead force. With a steady enough march, we should arrive just past midday. Are you all prepared for what is to come?
Suppose that depends on what's to come.
Lots of death, I imagine.
Always prepared for that.
Nothing to be gained if I say no.
Oh, Stitch kind of looks sad. His ears slump. He's like, Dad.
Mordin reaches out a hand and gives Stitch like a little tiny pat on the head.
Aw, he kind of pushes his head into
For like half a second, then kind of pulls
Aw.
away and kind of wipes his hand off on himself.
Stitch wipes the top of his head off afterwards.
He likes Mordin at the moment, I think. Yeah.
Less of a sneaky scientist.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. All right, that's good. The wildling army moves. It marches through the ice and the tundra, winding its way north in a force that leaves the very earth trembling. Every now and then, they run into zombies, but those that don't avoid the army are quickly down by the arrows of the forward scouts, and therefore the wildling army continues its march unimpeded. It seems that nothing can stop their inexorable march. So eventually the League, along with the wildling army, stands atop of a ridge of stone and ice overlooking a snow-covered valley. As far as the eye can see below, the valley is filled with the dark, shambling forms of the blue-eyed undead. They are a force without number. There are hundreds of thousands of wights on foot. You can see tens of thousands of the mounted others. There's a scattering of stranger creatures, which the curse of the undead has also affected, sort of scattered throughout this massive force below. But the undead aren't the only thing that your senses are presented with as you overlook this area. Nico and Dante, you can now hear the otherworldly, tuneless song which has been beckoning you from your dreams for weeks. You can tell that the source of it is coming from the other side of the army, somewhere in the area of like a glacier sort of sitting at one end of the valley. What's more, Stitch and Mordin, you can also hear this strange call for the first time, seeming to echo in your mind as well as your actual ears. And from their reactions, you can tell that Geralt and Flemeth are experiencing it as well.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, yes indeed. The vast horde of the undead has clearly seen the wildling forces, but there's no visible reaction to their movements, at least not none that would be expected from living foes. There's no call to battle, there's no hasty formation changes or charges into melee. They just sort of slightly shift in their trajectory as they continue to shuffle forward, except now they're heading up the hill in the direction of the wildling forces. Geralt pulls all of you aside as the wildling army begins to beat their weapons against their shields in anticipation. We're all hearing this song, yes?
Yep.
Stitch nods emphatically.
I'm hearing something.
I wouldn't call it a song. Lacks any sort of rhythm or meter.
As a critic, I can't say I recommend it.
We know that that's the source of this whole force. We find it, we can stop this whole thing. Now, I've been thinking about this, and I think there's two ways about it that we can go. We can get there pretty quick, right? Nico, you can get us there somehow. Mordin, you have your little device. Flemeth could go dragon again. Only problem I see there is we do it that way, we could end up isolated and surrounded by undead, especially if they realize that we're going for their boss or whatever this is. Option 2.
I can be big again. Yeah?
No, only one.
I can do a distraction.
It is the staff of one.
Oh.
Sorry.
But
Never again.
Option 2, we help the wildlings to fight. Now, this could draw the undead into an attack, pull their forces away, then we head there once their forces are overcommitted, either the easy way or the hard way. If we make enough of a dent in the undead, then the wildlings might be able to charge in there with us, and then we have the army with us. Problem with option 2 is that it draws out the battle for longer. We risk losing some of our resources before we even get there. Those are the two options as I see it. Any of you have any ideas?
Throw mammoths.
I believe that a small strike team of just a few
The Mass Effect way.
Yes.
We should just set things on fire, and the mammoth should be the thing to somehow set something on fire.
So I'm
Stitch,
sorry.
figure it out.
So basically, your plan can be summarized as step 1, light things on fire. Step 2, something happens. Step 3, profit.
No, step 3, question mark. Then step 4, profit.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Stitch is nodding emphatically.
Okay, great. We
Yeah.
have 2 votes for
Geralt-
some ill-advised and unspecific fire-related plan.
I think it's probably a better idea to... we have this army. These people are prepared to go into battle. I think we should start the battle, and while they're fighting off the White Walkers, we deal with the source of what's going on, hopefully as quickly as possible to preserve as much life as we can.
Yeah, the whole army's the distraction. Great idea.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Flemeth, what are you going to do in this case? Are you coming with us, or are you going to lead the fight?
Gonna
She
throw
says-
a few magic balls or something.
She says, my intention was to make my way over to the source of the undead while aiding the wildlings in whatever way I can. If it is your intention to head to the undead, then I can accompany you if that is your wish.
Are you capable of traveling in a way that will not draw their attention?
Not at present. I have noticed that some of you seem to practice a magic which allows you to transport yourselves instantly, which, alas, the magic from my world is incapable of doing.
Yes, if the terrain is suitable, I may be able to get us instantly across the battlefield to the other side. Mordin's gonna start kind of just trial and error, shooting the portal gun into the distance, and maybe have another portal on a nearby wall, and then just be shooting and watching the other portal and waiting to see if it connects to something on the other side.
Okay, yeah. So this is going to be an agility check. You get a bonus for your guns. And then I'm also, because you're taking your time and sort of lining up several shots and you're not particularly hurried, I'm going to give you a +4 rank.
Oh, sweet.
To see how close you can get.
Cool. Yellow.
The layout of the terrain is such that you're not able to get a clear shot to that particular spot from where you are, but you can get it really, really close. You guys will have some undead to contend with on the other side, but you're skipping the vast majority of the army.
Yeah.
So whatever they've sort of set up at their rear, you're going to have to get through first.
Okay.
But once you're through that, you should have a straight shot to their boss.
And as soon as we get through, I'm going to shut off the portal so that they cannot, flank our army hugely
Yes,
if
of
they
course.
discover it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, that would be a nice
Appreciate
bottleneck. You just have a couple of wildlings down
I
on
guess,
either
yeah.
side and they just start hacking down.
Maybe it wouldn't be the worst, yeah.
Who would like to control Flemeth?
I'll play her.
Okay.
I know her too.
It will control Flemeth. There is a sound like thunder rolling forward as the army of the free folk charges forward to meet the forces of the undead. Thank you for the Dolby work there, Liz.
Mm-hmm.
As axes hack down upon undead bodies and claws lash out for the warm flesh of the living. Mordin steps through the portal, followed by the rest of the League, and as the last one steps through, probably Flemeth, Mordin flips the switch on the portal gun, and the portal shuts behind you guys. You are now on the exact opposite side of the valley. The glacial wall that you saw from before now looms large above your heads. The vast forces of the undead are still surging forward towards the now small and dark wildling army off in the distance. You can now hear the song much more loudly and much more clearly in your heads, and you know exactly where to go. And sadly, that direction is through some undead. And I'm going to roll to see what you guys came out near to.
Random encounter table.
Yeah.
Yay!
I came up with a ton of stuff that you guys could run into in this, so...
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
A lich! That would suck.
That would suck.
So you guys are actually close to a creature that you've encountered before. It is a very large
Dracula!
Yay!
with sort of disproportionate features. This one, huge sections of its body have rotted away, and it turns and looks at you as it clutches like this giant chunk of ice like a club in its hand. You are facing a zombie giant.
All right.
Let's roll initiative.
I have the initiative thing on my thing now. This Colin is awesome.
Can I get that in writing? No. I got a 12.
Got it in recording.
All right,
But
Mordin got
Miles
a
will edit
12.
it out.
Stitch, what'd you get?
I got 6.
6. Nico?
I also got a 12.
Okay, who has the better intuition between Mordin and Nico?
Probably
guessing-
Mordin.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Dante?
11.
11 for Dante. How about Geralt?
He rolled a 9 too.
Okay, so he has +2, so he also got an 11. But you're a PC, so you go before him.
Alright, good.
And Flemeth?
18.
18.
Ah!
Holy shit.
Flemeth is up first.
Yeah, no surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna cast Heroic Offense on Stitch.
Of course she is.
She
Convenient.
Conflict of interest!
Alright.
Stop me!
Roll Flemeth's psyche.
Fight me, all of you. I'm gonna say she sees the bloodlust in Stitch's eyes and see when they fall
Yeah,
upon this
she's
giant.
just content to hang back for the time being and is just like, alright then, and gestures at Stitch.
Yeah, no, that's totally how she play.
Yeah, alright. Roll her
Good
psyche.
justification there, kid. I appreciate that. Totally in character.
Yeah.
That is yellow.
Yep. So, magical light begins to emit from Stitch as suddenly you feel arcane might seep into your muscles and your bones. And, Stitch, you're feeling good. Mordin, it is your turn.
So it's just the one giant for now?
Just the one giant for now.
All right, I'll hit him with an incinerate.
Cool. Go for it.
Yeah, probably not.
That's gonna be your favorite ability this
I know,
this time.
seriously. Fire attack and it negates armor. It's all sorts of great stuff. No, that's a white.
Okay, yep. As always, it goes sailing past harmlessly.
Yeah, I think I've missed with my last 4 to 5 incinerates.
Yeah, you-
It's-
you-
episode where we made this character, remember?
Yeah, that's true. But it looks so beautiful on paper. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
We're doing something else over here.
I
You
got
guys continue.
No, it's okay. Colin is developing a new drinking game whereby you take a shot anytime Mordin misses with Incinerate. And you will
I
be
have
gone
more
by the end of
bruises.
the
You need
episode.
more of that.
yeah, it's not going well.
Nico, it's your turn.
I am going to say kneecap, and I'm going to remove his legs. as
Okay.
kneecaps.
Ooh,
Great.
very nice.
Roll your psyche.
I will spend the armor on this because I have 130. So fuck it.
Must be nice.
Oh shit! Well, that's a 2.
Okay, great.
thing.
I was really curious as to how I was going to twist kneecap against you.
He was going to get little baseball caps on his
Alright,
knees.
so I'll spend 30 karma to get it to green.
Alright, I'm going to have him make an agility check. And he fails miserably. Yeah, his legs vanish below the knees. And he drops, probably about 6 feet. And lands and just sort of goes totally prone face down in the snow. He's trying to claw his way back up, but you know them zombies. Not the most graceful. You know them giants. Also not the most graceful. He also just lost his legs. It's going to be a process, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
You happen to notice that Flemeth looks at you with her yellow eyes and just sort of nods her approval. Very well done, child. Dante, you're up.
So, let's recount a previous scenario where this happened.
Okay,
What?
going for the butt, I take it.
Oh no!
Every time.
The exact same thing. Someone's face down in the snow.
Yep, look, I can't blame you at this point. More the fool me for letting this happen.
So, yep.
Make your attack roll. You're going to get +2 to hit because he's prone.
Yellow.
Well then, you leap up into the air and drive your sword down into a place which Standards and Practices is very unhappy with. It's
Excellent.
Geralt's turn.
We would talk about it more, but it's a family podcast,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so we can't fucking do that.
Yes. It's Geralt's turn.
Geralt's gonna see what I just did, and he's gonna try to go through the other hole on his face.
Okay, thank God. All
Okay,
right.
all right.
When you said the other hole, I thought you meant like the urethra.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, well, I mean, it could be, but that's kind of difficult. I feel like I would be at a
you'd have to, like,
disadvantage.
burrow
Right, you have like,
underground and,
yeah.
I also don't think I want to discover that, anyways. No, this is more like going to be like a gruesome threesome or something. Oh,
Sure,
this is
okay.
so strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you Eiffel towering a zombie giant?
No, with swords, real swords, not
Okay.
proverbial swords. Okay,
All right.
you guys are gross. Red.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah.
You're right. You got us. You got us. The zombie giant is not instantly killed when Geralt drives his sword into the giant's brain, but it is still hurting pretty bad. It is the giant's turn. And seeing as it just took a sword to the face with Geralt, he's going to try to reach out and grab Geralt. And does not. The agile witcher manages to duck beneath its giant swooping hand. Stitch, you are powered up and ready to go.
Is the giant still prone?
Yeah, he didn't try to stand up. He was trying to grab
Just
Geralt.
trying to swipe. Okay. Does that give me advantage? Further advantage to hit?
Yeah, it gives you a +2 to hit if you're going in melee.
Oh, I'm going in melee. All right. Stitch is gonna bring out Marlene, holding it like a bat,
Oh, shit.
and then run through the snow, and bring it down on him, basically.
All right. I like to think that the snow is deep enough that we can't see Stitch. We just see like the guitars sticking out.
Marlene is
like
just going
bobbing.
through the...
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. Can I make that a charge, or should it just be a fighting?
No, you can make it a
That's
charge if you want.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. Shift Y, bitches!
Jesus.
Yellow.
It's a slam. All right. Stitch, you charge through the zombie.
No,
Well, you cut through him with Marlene.
Marlene,
Yeah.
like butter.
Yep. Yeah, that zombie's not getting up. For a couple of
Or you
reasons.
mean like, banana!
Yes.
Mordin brings up his arm and he's like, maybe we need to adjust the targeting on this.
Yes.
Clearly it's
Oh,
fun.
yeah, no, of course.
Well, unfortunately, there's no time because you guys have been doing some pretty loud attacks. So the undead horde, which had been marching away from you, turns and focuses their blue eyes on you.
What, all of
And-
them?
Well, I mean, the ones that are nearby.
Okay.
All right, we need to start moving right now. Do not try to fight all of them.
So Stitch like
Shoot,
stops
I say-
mid-run pose.
Get rid of the ones that are in the way, incapacitate the ones that are coming closer to us, but we just have to keep moving towards our target.
All right. So
Can I cast a spell?
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I would like to do speed demons and increase our speed.
Nice. Yeah. Make your psyche roll.
Please do not fail and summon whatever the hell speed demons are to attack us.
I will spend karma.
Oh shit, that's a
Damn it! I had a good thing in mind for speed demons too.
Spend karma,
that's a list
Then
400.
were we all just gonna get high on meth or something like that?
We'll spend another 30 to bring it to green.
Okay.
Speed is the same thing as meth, right? I don't
Well,
know.
No, it is not.
No,
Oh
it's,
no!
it's
Oh,
like,
speed is the
it's like,
pills.
It's like crack. It's an upper. It's a crazy upper.
1 minus 4
Is it
is
meth an upper?
27. That's how much
Meth?
it's been.
I don't know what meth
27,
is actually.
okay.
Never done it. So
My idea for Speed Demons was he was going to summon the character from Superior Foes of Spider-Man named Speed Demon,
Oh,
and he
okay.
was going to be very confused.
oh, awesome.
Anyway,
Was he gonna summon more than one of them?
I mean,
'cause
I
it
guess
was
so.
plural.
Then he's going to be real confused. It's like, wait, I have my own Spider-Verse thing going on now? I knew it!
So awesome.
Thanks to your spell, you are now all mystically empowered to move at a supernatural speed. As a result, I'm going to be decreasing the number of rolls that you guys need to make in order to fight your way through
Oh,
this horde.
sweet.
So, the zombies have formed up, very unintentionally, you can tell. This is just sort of the way that they ended up. They've sort of ended up in a phalanx going up against you. So, in order to break through it, I'm going to need strength rolls from everyone. Now, all of these, I will say, come with the caveat of unless you can think of something else to get around it. But the default for this one is a strength roll.
Sounds like a good time to become a dragon. Is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, let's
yeah.
hop on Flemeth.
Yeah, I think she'll just go dragon.
Okay, so Flemeth is going to turn into a dragon?
Yes, she's gonna go all big dragon. Maybe while we're hopping on, she'll like claw and lash her tail.
Okay,
You know.
so the challenge has changed now. All of you guys now need to make an agility check to jump onto Flemeth,
Okay.
and she needs to make a strength roll in order to break through the zombies.
Okay. You know who's gonna make strength rolls? Motherfucking dragons.
Yeah?
So. Oh, damn it, Flemeth! I'm pretty sure 13 is no good on anything.
Oh God.
It's good on Shift X.
Well,
Or no, Shift Y.
she does not have Shift Y strength,
Okay.
so no, she's not doing well.
Okay,
so,
how'd
yeah.
everyone do on their strength or on their agility checks?
Let's see.
Got a red.
Hey, I actually did well.
Okay, these dice are dead to me. I'm gonna say one of the zombies grabbed me. So.
Okay.
I got a yellow.
Nice.
Untypical.
Not bad. How about Dante and Geralt?
Dante got a yellow, Geralt got a white.
So, here's what's happening. Mordin, Nico, and Dante, you guys managed to turn and with your new mystically enhanced speed, easily scale the side of Flemeth. You end up on her back and on her neck as she towers above the battlefield in her dragon form. Stitch and Geralt, I'm going to say, underestimate how fast they are right now, and they end up sort of overshooting Flemeth. They try to run up her and climb, but they just go over her in an arc. Flemeth tries to reach out and catch you guys, but there's another one of the zombie giants that's sort of making its way through the crowd that reaches up, grabs her wrist, and sort of yanks her down, allowing more zombies to sort of begin to crawl onto her.
Oh, great.
So the zombies are now crawling on Flemeth, heading up to where you guys are on top of her.
Now we have epic battle on the back of a dragon.
Let's roll initiative.
Woo!
8 for Mordin.
12 again.
12 for Nico.
Yep.
Stitch.
Stitch got 12.
Okay, who has the higher intuition between Stitch and Nico?
Probably Nico.
I got 12 too.
Okay.
I have excellent intuition.
I also have excellent intuition.
Who has the higher agility
I
between
probably
the two?
do.
Okay, so Stitch, then Nico. Where's Dante?
Wait, I have
Dante's
incredible
intuition?
agility.
What's your intuition,
Excellent.
Dante? Okay, and that's the same as you guys. And you have incredible?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're going after Stitch before Nico. How about Geralt and Flemeth?
Flemeth got 8.
And Geralt?
10.
10 for Geralt. Okay, Stitch, you sort of landed on the ground. The zombies aren't on you right now, but they are nearby you, and you can tell they've noticed you landing. And you can also see that Flemeth is beginning to have zombies crawl on her. What do you do?
There's a giant right there. A bunch of zombies over there.
Mm-hmm.
I bet if I throw that giant at the zombies, I can hit a lot of them.
Okay.
So,
I mean, makes sense to me.
so yeah. Or maybe I can at least topple it so it falls on them, because I know grabbing is really hard in this system.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Marlene to try and swipe its legs out from under him.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll say you make a strength check, an opposed strength check with the giant.
Okay. Opposed strength check with a giant.
Yep. If there's anyone who can do it, Stitch.
I'll see. I'm using new dice, so. I only got green.
You hit the giant in the leg. That leg sort of buckles inward a bit, but the giant stays up.
All right.
It did not fall over.
He still takes damage, though, no?
No, because you were trying to trip it. You weren't trying to damage it.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Dante, it is your turn. You are on top of Flemeth.
Where is the giant?
Grabbing onto Flemeth's wrist. So, down her arm from you, basically.
I can reach it in one turn?
Well, yeah, given that you have the speed demon spell on you, you absolutely can.
Okay. I want to jump on top of him and take my sword and jam it right in between his neck and his collarbone.
That's
Nice.
totally not what I thought
Yep.
you were going to say.
Yep.
I was going to do something else, but then I decided I wanted to keep my coat and shirt on. So
Appreciate that.
That's a first.
Listen
What have
to
you
the
done with the
song.
real Liz Logan?
Yeah, I don't
She is
know.
listening to the song.
I know.
holy shit! Okay, I got a 99.
Nice. And that giant failed his endurance check.
Nice.
You cut off his head.
Fuck
And the
yeah.
giant topples to the ground.
Does it fall on zombies?
It absolutely falls on zombies,
Okay,
but
good.
there's plenty more where they came from.
So
All right, the giant is no longer an issue. Nico, it is your turn.
No, now he's a weapon.
Mordin remembers why we keep Dante around.
That's right.
The giant is dead.
Yes.
So Flemeth is flying again?
Well, Flemeth can try to fly. However,
There's some
Stitch
zombies
and
on
Geralt are still on the ground.
Zambies.
And there are zombies on her.
The Zambonis. The
I was going
Zambies.
to turn the whole ground into fire.
The floor is lava. Is that going
Oh,
to be your
that's so
spell?
great! Oh, sad now.
But you guys are still there.
I can take it, but
Geralt might not be able to.
I mean, do we really need him anymore? We're at the...
Aw.
That's not Stitch saying.
I'll
it,
wait
so.
till we're in the air. How many zombies are on Flemeth right now?
I'm going to say 6 climbed on.
Are they all in generally the same area?
Yeah, they're all on the same arm. Although Dante is also close to the arm. He jumped on the giant, so he's not technically on the arm right now.
Okay. Can I just do a fireball?
Yeah.
Like a D&D fireball?
I mean, let's see what happens.
Spending karma.
What do you say?
Fireball.
Fireball.
Hey,
You were just
Every
chewing
time
through
I
your karma.
don't spend karma, then it works. But I only need 13 to get that to agree.
Okay. You incinerate all of the zombies on Flemeth's arm.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
That's
is.
how you do it.
It is
Mordin.
Geralt's turn.
Geralt desperately wants to be on the dragon.
Understandable. What's he gonna do? Just try to jump on?
Yeah, and Dante's gonna be having his outstretched hand, and it's gonna be like Titanic.
Okay, well, I will point out Dante is not on the dragon anymore. Dante jumped on the giant.
Well, he can jump on the giant and then jump on the dragon. Using the help of Dante's outstretched
the giant
hand.
is falling.
Okay,
Yes.
make an agility check for both Dante and Geralt.
Okay.
Why are you making this complicated?
Because it could
No, yeah.
end up
No, I was-
fun,
I was-
depending on
no,
how
no,
it
I was
goes.
talking to Liz.
Oh.
She's like,
Geralt got a yellow.
Okay.
Come on, at least a green. Oh shit, 47? What is that? Okay. Oh, it's a green. It's green. It's green.
Okay, so Dante jumps back onto Flemeth's arm, and then reaches down for Geralt. Geralt grabs on, but in the process, Dante sort of like loses his grip a little bit, and he's now dangling from Flemeth's arm by one hand.
Alright, that's good.
Okay,
Just pull him up onto the dragon.
That was a really
Space.
sweet moment.
it was very sweet. I'm very touched. Mordin, it's your turn.
okay, Stitch is not currently on.
Correct.
What's standing in Stitch's way for him to get on?
I
His
mean,
own incompetence.
basically, like there's nothing in his way. He can get on his turn.
Okay.
The way Stitch sees it, this is the best world ever. He gets to destroy shit, and people aren't really holding him back. So, and there's cities here.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't argue.
You haven't seen an ocean once.
Only rivers.
Yeah,
That was
just a
a
river.
minor inconvenience.
Yes.
The seas are narrow, and
That's right, exactly.
Oh
cities are
no,
packed.
only one of them is narrow.
Our objective is to get everyone on the dragon.
Yes, it is.
So, how can I help with that? I guess I'll just hold
Okay.
and see if anybody
I
needs
don't
some
know, how
help.
can your science do anything about this? I mean, obviously,
Yeah, try to science Stitch onto the
I
dragon.
could do something about this if it were my turn because I have magic, but I don't know if your science can actually do anything.
You know what? I'm going to use my scientific mind to hold and observe
No.
Yeah.
and wait.
Hypothesis. I can
Yeah.
use science.
All
right.
How horribly inefficient.
All right, so Mordin's on hold. It's Flemeth's turn.
Okay. Can she grab Stitch?
Yep, she can try to grab Stitch.
Massive claw, just
Yeah.
scoop him.
She can grab Stitch with no penalty because Stitch is close by and is willing to be grabbed. I assume, unless Stitch is not willing.
Unless he's like, no, leave me.
Assuming Stitch is willing to be grabbed,
Yeah, no,
all she has to do is make a flying check
Okay.
in order to escape from the zombies.
See, Flemeth can do it. She got 87 on Incredible, so that's a yellow.
That'll do it. So with a few beats of her powerful wings, Flemeth ascends up into the air with Stitch grasped in her claw dangling below as Dante and Geralt dangle off the side of her by one of Dante's extremely muscular, slightly pizza-stained hands.
So
Get that sauce all on there.
That's right.
now can I turn the ground into fire?
I mean, look, man. World is your oyster.
Yes.
Yeah, the floor is lava.
All right, roll your spellcasting.
All right, Karma. I ain't taking no
Worth it.
chances.
Yeah, you don't want to detonate a super volcano
No.
right now.
Oh shit!
Oh, you were
Damn,
right.
son.
You were not kidding. Every time you say it.
Well,
No.
no.
Oh, you don't.
Anytime he doesn't say it, it usually happens.
But this time, I
this
got
time.
a red, motherfucker,
Yeah.
without karma.
The floor is absolutely lava, and you take out a sizable portion of the zombie force.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are basically in the clear
Cool.
to make your way over to the
So-
source of this song.
How far is that lava field? Like, how much of the floor is lava? Have we, like, wiped out small towns nearby?
Oh, no. Like, you didn't even cover the valley.
Just where the zombies were
Nico's
fighting?
magic, in terms of, like, area of effect, it doesn't stretch super far. You know, maybe, like, 30 feet in every direction. So, like, that's a pretty sizable chunk of the
There's
undead,
some
given that they
pretty
were, like,
dead
swarming
zombies,
towards
yeah.
all of you guys.
All right. Nice.
There's definitely some dead zombie mammoths in there.
Aww. So much wasted
Yep.
water.
Oh, I am the last of the giants. Oh wait, I don't care.
As you are getting close to the source of this song, you see that in the air, heading towards you, is a dragon.
Oh, shit.
Another one?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
The first thing you notice is that its eyes are blue, and it
Oh,
seems to be
shit.
skeletal.
Oh, I was thinking it's Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yes.
I was getting
It
excited.
is technically a blue eyes bone colored dragon.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
but yeah, it has these ragged strips of flesh hanging between its skeletal wings.
Dan, can you just go ahead and finish George Martin's series? Like, can you do it? Because
Oh, just wait, Miles. I'm very excited. You see, mounted on the back of the creature's neck is one of the others in his armor with his long crystalline sword drawn. As the dragon sort of gets close, he yells out to all of you, "You are called, are you not? Why is it that you resist? What is offered to you is the power of the deathless. Are you so deluded as to think yourselves immortal without it?"
Thing is talking to him?
Yes.
Incinerate?
I'm half demon?
Hey!
And all right, so you cast it successfully and miss, as we've demonstrated. That's what that power does.
Ouch.
All right, so you're firing at him.
Firing at him, trying to incinerate him.
Yeah.
Flemeth also use her fire breath.
No, Nico got off the surprise shot,
Okay.
and then after that, everyone's gonna roll initiative.
Spending karma.
Yep.
I will spend 27 karma to get to yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Would you like to hit the dragon or the rider?
Yeah, the rider.
You nail him square on with a bolt of fire that erupts from your staff.
Does Nico briefly get a magical Omni tool?
Yeah,
on
like
her
at the
arm?
end of her staff. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, and with that, we're rolling initiative.
All right.
6.
You playing us some background music, Liz?
What's the Skyrim
the-
music?
The Skyrim fight music.
Oh, is that the dragon fight music?
Oh no, hold on. Let me see if I can.
Alright,
find it.
I'm just glad you guys are here this time so that you can see that I'm not making this shit up. 12 again.
Yeah.
And guess what the background is too? The Dragonborn fighting a dragon.
Yeah.
Damakin, blah 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 blah.
All right, so Nico, you got 12. Stitch?
I don't know. I was singing. Hold on. It's so good. I love that music. 9 for Stitch.
9 for Stitch. Mordin?
6.
6.
Sorry, Colin.
Miles is losing it over here.
Miles is just dancing and pulled the headphones out of my ear.
And Dante?
Hold on, I was too busy singing. 6 and Geralt.
Mordin has the higher intuition between him and Dante.
Whatever. I got the bigger sword. That's all I care about.
Flemeth got 11.
Okay.
And you need
Geralt got a 3.
Nico, you're up first.
So I just incinerated the rider.
Yeah, I mean, he's still up, but
No,
yeah,
I know,
you nailed him
yeah,
with a bolt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I cast... Let's see.
Cryoblast, Neuroshock, what are you doing next?
Hmm.
M4 Carnifex hand cannon?
He needs to conjure up that black hole gun.
Oh, yeah.
Or the cane, the
Yeah.
one that shoots nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
Just summon the Normandy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna say loose bones, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try and unbone the dragon.
Unbone the dragon.
Make the bones fall apart.
Okay.
It's skeletal, right?
It is skeletal, yeah.
Yeah.
Loose ligaments?
I'll spend
what
karma on
connects
this.
tendons? What connects bones to bones? I
Yeah.
forget which one it is.
I don't know. I forgot that song. Loose bones.
Roll them bones.
Alright, well, I'll spend 20 to get to green.
Bones are pretty loose tonight on Miles' side of the table.
I have 4 karma left.
You don't quite shake the dragon apart with a green. However, its connectiveness, I guess, is basically like damage to the point of being critical. The dragon no longer has body armor.
Ooh, very nice.
Flemeth's turn. She is in dragon form.
She's gonna fire ball.
Okay.
Okay. Does she roll agility?
Yes, she rolls agility to hit with the fire
That's
breath.
really shitty. And she has shitty aim as a dragon. That's weird. See?
She can't be good at everything.
Oh, she rolls 100. That makes up for it, I suppose.
Sure does.
Holy shit.
Was she targeting the dragon or the rider?
Probably just the dragon. Yeah,
Dragon,
because
I
if you can make the dragon fall,
Yeah, exactly.
What's the damage on her fire breath?
monstrous.
And the dragon no longer has body armor. Yeah, she nails it full on with a lungful of fire. Stitch, you're up.
All right. He's going to get on Flemeth's head, crawl his way up there, pull out his guitar, and then uncharacteristically play. He's kind of like the Doof Warrior from Mad Max, actually, if you think about it.
My favorite cosplay.
If only he was still wearing pajamas. But no, it's got burned off. All right. He's going to play Dragonforce through the fire and the flames.
Oh, man. I cover my ears to protect them from the shitty...
Miles, go home.
I just feel like
You're drunk.
we're dragons fighting
No, I'm-
dragons. We need a Dragonforce song.
That makes sense to me.
That's fair, it's just a shame the Dragonforce sucks.
Listen, Stitch is living out my dream of playing an electric guitar solo on top of a dragon right now, so I want everyone to respect that.
Fair enough. Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna use karma because that's too cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you failed at every, like, Marlena
See, look
attack
at
you've been
that. I'm
doing.
glad I used karma. I'm not like Liz. I don't need to hit the dragon in the taint.
Yeah, that's not your
So-
shtick.
It's not my shtick. Throwing things is my shtick. And playing sweet riffs that I fail at.
As you begin to, with a green result, you don't quite get every single power chord in that song down, but
Yeah, if you were playing Guitar Hero, you wouldn't have nailed it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
What
Exactly.
if I'm playing on easy? That's what green is.
yeah, you're playing it as though you were on easy in Guitar Hero. But be that as it may, it still produces a rippling wave of destructive sound that tears into both the dragon and its rider. It is the rider's turn. As he is holding up one hand to try to shield himself from the encroaching wave of sound, he crouches low on top of his mount's head and then leaps, heading towards Flemeth's back. And lands with an unearthly amount of grace sort of in the middle of all of you.
It would have been hilarious if he had failed it.
It would have
Like,
been. He rolled a freaking 95, though.
Aw.
He lands right in the middle of all of you. And as soon as you guys are close to him, you instantly feel sick and lethargic. And, like, if you look down, the side of you that's facing him, you can see is, like, slowly beginning to rot away.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's
Whoa.
like an aura of necrotic energy, right?
With that, he grabs his sword with both hands and swings it. He's hitting all of you. Or he's going to be
shit.
targeting all of you.
I want to parry with my guitar.
All right, I'm going to just go down the list. Hits Nico. Hits Stitch. Misses Mordin.
By the way.
Misses Dante.
That's Mrs. Mordin to you.
Yes. Hits Geralt. All right, so those of you that he hit are going to be taking 30 damage.
Can I dodge?
Oh yeah, those of you that he's hitting, you can try to dodge and block.
Okay. I will try to dodge.
That's the yellow.
Okay.
I take it, but it's only 30, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I take 10 damage.
Okay, so Stitch and Geralt, you both
You
get
can
hit.
afford to take that shit. Some of us can't.
Stitch and Geralt both get hit for 30. Nico, you barely managed to like get your witch arm up in time to deflect it, just enough that it misses your actual fleshy bits.
The witch arm can do that? What's it made out of? Magic.
Witchy stuff.
Yeah. Mordin, you are up. This guy's standing right in the middle of all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna incinerate his face and I'm gonna spend karma.
Go for it.
79 gets you the yellow.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Yeah, you bullseye him. You want to hit him anywhere in particular?
In the face.
In the face. He recoils as you hit him and glares at you balefully with his glowing blue eyes. At the end of your turn, Mordin, make an endurance check.
Okay. That is a white.
Great. His unholy aura has continued to necrotize your flesh.
Okay.
You take 10 points of damage.
Does that ignore my force
It
field?
ignores your force field.
Okay, cool.
Dante, it is your turn.
I want to try to cut off his legs.
Okay. That seems to be the theme of tonight. Go ahead.
Jesus, dude. 90. Okay.
Dang. Is that a yellow or a red?
It's a red. Because I have close
Okay.
combat, so.
You managed to cut off one of his legs.
Excellent.
Slice it right off.
What up, Stumpy?
How's that immortality treating you now?
Very nice. Dante, make a fighting check as you do this.
Damn. Green. 31. The very start of
All
green. Cool.
As you carve through his leg and out the other side, some of his blood sort of like spatters outward, and you see some of it is clinging to the edge of your blade, and your blade is looking a little more brittle as it's sort of like
Oh,
partially
no.
frozen.
I throw it in the snow.
Okay, you're up in the air right now.
The snow is lava!
And the snow is lava.
Oh wait, you're like a devil, so it's fine.
And then at the end of your turn, Dante, make an endurance check.
God damn. I am immune to poison and toxin, by the way.
Okay, this is neither of those.
Oh, can you not get drunk?
That's a ridiculous question.
Yeah, that's
Sad.
That's insane. Green.
Okay, so you managed to resist his unholy aura. It is Geralt's turn.
Wait, Dante managed to resist something?
I know.
He's not
I'm as
my
shocked as you
type.
are. I only go for people with 2 legs or more.
And like not zombified.
He's used to all the undead babes.
Yeah.
You know?
It's Geralt's turn.
He's gonna try to chop off the other leg.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You're being leg chopping off
I
bros.
love how they're like fighting bros.
Yeah. That's what happens when Liz controls both of them.
Yeah, conflict of interest. Okay, he just got an 87.
I think it's probably a yellow. Doesn't quite cut off the other leg, though, but he does manage to hit him. It is the zombie dragon's turn, and it's going to let loose a blast of frost breath at Flemeth. Dang! Gets a 98! These dragons really want to kill each other.
Yeah. I mean, like they do.
Flemeth takes 75 damage.
Okay.
How much health is she?
390?
Okay, well.
Yeah, I think she's okay.
Nico, it is your turn.
I'm gonna put my staff at him and say, what a world.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I have no more karma left to spend, so
Great.
let's just do it.
Oh no.
Well, that's gonna be yellow, actually.
Yeah.
Nice. He begins to melt. He does not melt entirely, but all of his stats have been reduced. That therefore means his health has been reduced because that's how health works in Marvel.
Good job. Ew, he's like even grosser. You
Yeah.
made a zombie even grosser.
He's getting real goopy. It's Flemeth's
He's a
turn.
goopy boy. She's gonna try to swipe at him. To
Okay.
like throw him off.
At the guy on her?
Yeah.
She's going to be at -4 because he's standing in the middle
the
of all of
dragon.
you.
You know what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she should just go for the dragon.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nico. At the end of your turn, make an endurance check.
Oh.
Geralt needs to do the same thing, Liz.
Okay.
I'm a bad GM.
Aw, now I have through the fire and the flames in my head. Someone help.
I have the Skyrim theme in my head still.
See, that's the one I want.
Green.
Okay.
White!
Nico is fine. Geralt takes 10 damage to his health. Okay, Flemeth, let's see how you do on your attack.
Her fire breath again.
Oh yeah, you're doing fire breath again? Okay, cool.
Yeah. She's using her agility, I believe. So, come on. 100. That's
Nice.
twice she's rolled
Fuck
100.
me, dude.
Yeah. Why don't you do this when Stitch does things?
I would be seriously accusing you of shit if I wasn't sitting here looking at it.
The zombie dragon is vaporized.
These are my dragon
Nice.
dice, too. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why they work for Flemeth.
Yeah, that dragon is gone.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. I suppose it had loose bones.
Oh, Jesus.
In all fairness, it died because it didn't have body armor, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Stitch, it is your turn.
Okay. So Stitch notices that being near that guy is like giving you necrotic damage,
Yes.
basically. He's gonna pull out Battle Ladle.
Triumphant return.
Shape it into a boomerang and then throw it.
Okay, yeah, give me an agility check.
It's a green.
Nice.
Why not?
As the rider is trying to keep his balance with only one leg,
And also while he's melting.
and also while he's melting, that's really not doing him any favors. Never let it be said I did not offer you all immortality. But now, I shall grant you a different type of immortality. As, and whatever he intended to say, is interrupted as he gets hit in the face with a ladle boomerang and falls unceremoniously off the dragon.
Good
So
stuff.
good.
Bing.
And boomerang returns.
Really shitty boomerang returns.
How do you do that?
Stitch just like smooches his boomerang.
It's actually made out of an adamantium vibranium alloy.
Oh, fuck you.
That was in Jurassic Park for some
Yes,
reason.
exactly.
There is a awesome backstory to that Ladle somehow.
Hey, he spared no expense. We're making
Exactly.
Yeah,
When he said he spared no expense.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh.
Flemeth glides down to the ground, and you all get off as her draconic form sort of evaporates, and she returns back to her human form. You can see now that you are basically right in front of where this call is coming from. It's coming from this little sort of cave that's cracked open in the side of this glacier. And the call coming from it is overwhelming, if not in terms of volume, then in terms of just like the effect it's having on your psyche.
What does it sound like?
It's kind of indescribable. It's
Oh, that's helpful.
It's tuneless.
You know, it's like a Lovecraftian thing. You can't. It's that horrible. What are you doing?
It's tuneless, inhuman, strange, and yet inviting.
It's like
Can you even say like high pitched, low pitched,
it's almost like
beautiful,
the flutes
ugly,
of-
masculine,
of
feminine,
mad
any of these
demons.
sorts of things, or no?
One moment. I'm going to try to play the closest equivalent to it I can think of.
Okay.
Tuneless, inhuman,
It's the mad
strange,
piping.
and yet inviting. I'm gonna
Dragonforce?
go with Kelly Clarkson.
That's very
Oh,
good.
no.
Since you've been gone!
Dan, if you play like brown noise, I'm just kidding. The pooping noise.
This is what I have in mind.
Brown noise is something different.
That's right. Yeah, brown noise is the thing. Brown notes is not. Really.
I'm all about me some brown noise. It's good to study to.
Ooh, I don't like that.
That's what the Twilight Zone sounds like a little, isn't it?
I think it's actually
No,
2001.
it's doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's that
It's the-
column, the black column, right?
Is this the
Oh wait,
monolith?
is it Godzilla? I remember that scene.
Ooh, I do not like that.
It is the monolith.
This is about the closest thing I can find to it.
That is not inviting.
Wow.
That is not inviting.
Oh.
Wow.
Not the bees!
Yeah, you know that is
Wow.
what bothers me about the noise that monolith makes. It's like the sound of insects, like too many insects. I like bugs, but not too many.
As you all are prepared to enter into this little crevice to explore, the battlefield suddenly goes dark, as though like a cloud passed in front of the sun. Looking up, you can see that there is indeed a cloud that's passed in front of the sun, but as the cloud gets closer,
We now ultimately
It's the
looking at
lightning
ourselves.
round!
this is kind of lightning roundish, actually.
Oh man.
It becomes clear that this is a cloud of bats, shrieking bats.
Oh.
A dark center appears in the midst of this cloud
Oh, no, is this
as they all gather together.
Fucking Dracula.
Is he back?
It forms into Count Dracula.
Fucking Dracula!
Yes.
Like
His
the one that we defeated.
formerly elegant clothing is in tatters,
The parts
And
of it that are
he-
still there.
Yeah,
and he sports vicious and painful-looking scars all over his body in the shape of wolf claws.
I still have his cloak, by the way.
Yeah, oh, I know you do. I remember. You put it on your horse's butt.
That's right.
He glares at all of you with his remaining eye because one side of his face is just a scarred-up mess. It will take more than wolves to destroy the Lord of the Undead, you fools. I have followed the call to here. There is power to be had, and it is Count Dracula's to claim. With that, he begins to transform.
Extraordinary League is produced by Miles Schneiderman, with logo design by Colin Mulkerin.
Special thanks to Kevin MacLeod for our theme song, which is called Motherload. You can find his works at www.incompetech.com.
You can follow the Smash Fiction Podcast on Twitter at SmashFicPodcast and search for us on Facebook and Tumblr.
Subscribe on iTunes, and if you leave us a good review, we shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other contributions, send them to us at smashfictionpodcast@gmail.com and help us continue the fight.
Dante, I think you mentioned something about a distraction earlier. I'm intrigued as to if you have any follow-up to that, or if that was just you brainstorming.
Well, see, it all starts with a mammoth and my buddy Stitch, and I'm going to light things on fire and carry said things
Just
that are
non-specific
lit on fire.
things.
It'll be the
Carol's
Battle of the
suggesting-
Mammoth Fire.